Pendragon Game Studios has published a title that's definitely caught my eye. Maybe it'll catch your attention as well. Escape from New York. This is for 1 to 4 players, ages 14 and up, and should take you between 40 and 90 minutes to play. You go in, find the president, bring him out in less than 24 hours, and you're a free man. In Escape from New York, an adaptation of John Carpenter movie of the same name, you play as Snake, Brain, Maggie, or Cabby, and attempt to rescue the president and his precious tape and bring them to safety while dealing with the gangs of the most dangerous prison in the world, Manhattan. You will play the roles of the heroes exploring the dangerous streets of New York, searching for the president, his case containing the government tape, and the diagram of the bridge so that you can escape from the city without stepping on a landmine. You can work together, searching for these 3 things, or you may decide to secretly satisfy your own personal objective at any moment during the game, escaping from New York alone or betraying your companions. Whatever your decision will be, you must face the bands of Manhattan, headed by the Duke of New York, who will hinder you by moving prisoners and bosses to eat up as much of your short time frame that you have to complete your mission. As a fan of the original movie, that does encapsulate the concept and the plot fairly well to begin with. Are you a fan? I'm not talking about a fan of Escape from L.A. No. We're talking Escape from New York, the original. This is a John Carpenter classic starring Kurt Russell. And I've been waiting for a modern, updated version of this board game for a while, and I'm so glad to see it right here and read some previews about it. Now, as noted, this game does have a solo option. And all my regulars know I love solo option and board games, particularly as a great way to learn the rules before your gang shows up for game day. Now, this you get to choose which of the heroes, including the infamous Snake Plissken himself, that you're going to be running through the game with. So if you're going to solo it, or whether you're going to semi-co-op it, or maybe you're going to be a true co-op and everyone's going to have a big heart to begin with. I doubt it, but we'll see. I do like that they've, as it mentions here, and I've seen a few others talk about, that there are personal missions in this. So you have a reason to betray or not betray possibly the rest of the group that is in there trying to save the president. Is that the case? Is that what's going to happen? Will you betray them? Do you have a secret mission that goes against the rest of them? I love it when games do that and incorporate it into the system. It works really well. It keeps people guessing. It keeps them on their toes, especially when there's nothing at all going on. Nobody knows that. Nobody knows that but you. But yeah, whenever they have the option of throwing in a possible traitor like this because of personal missions and goals, it makes me a little bit more excited about that game. Now, I've read that this is going to be dealing with a randomly generated map. I imagine that is going to incorporate tiles, but it's good. Whenever you see a game that does that incorporates a randomly generated system of encounters, or like this with the map itself, it's going to do a hell of a lot for replayability. Everybody loves the fact that you can play the game again and again and things are going to run differently, and with different maps, they're going to look differently. This is also going to change up your strategy from game to game. It really does, on multiple levels, increase replayability. Now, at the time of filming this, there are a couple of expansions out for this. I like it when companies have enough faith and trust in the game, and the players, the gamers, love it enough to make expansions for it. And in this case, the U.S. Police Forces, which is going to add more general gameplay information and opportunities, cards, items, things like that into the game. And then there's also the Bands of New York. And this is going to give you an option for an extra player. It's always really good when a game will generally be like, a set number, like 1 to 4, like this is, but then have an expansion that'll add on to the 5th player. Beware, though, It's been mine and everyone else's experience that whenever you add in a new player, an extra number of player, increasing the player count, that usually slows down the game a little bit. So keep that in mind. The art in the game looks great. It definitely harkens back to the original John Carpenter movie and helps pull you in thematically into the scenes and into what's going on with the game. Definitely digging that. It all just helps. Whenever a game is based on an IP, goes out of its way to add atmosphere, thematically ramp things up, I feel like they have to. If you're basing something on an existing IP, there needs to be a lot of thematic stuff to the game, as much as you can pump in there. And the reviewers and previewers seem to be giving me indications that that's the way this goes. So, hey, cool. The fact that you can co-op or semi-co-op, I really like it when games do that, because you never know exactly how far you're going to trust the other players, even if it's right up into the very last move to be betrayed. Adds a little bit of tension to the game, a little bit of excitement level. I enjoy seeing that in games. Everything indicates to me that this is a love letter to the fans. If you are a fan of Escape from New York, and even just a casual board gamer, this may be something you might want on your shelf just because you're such a big fan of the movie. Now, as far as board gamers, I think you're going to find it very interesting. Everything that's been portrayed to me about this, I think gamers in general, board gamers, will find this to be fun, interesting, something that's going to be worth their time to play, even if they don't know the IP. Now, the Sweet Zone is both. You happen to be a gamer, and you happen to be a fan of this is a no-brainer. You got to play this game. Now, I'm not here to spend money out of your pocket. I'm not telling you to buy it. You definitely should try to play this game. You see it in a cafe or something. But listen, I'm not here to influence you. I'm here to inform you. And everything I've told you, everything I've shown you is just information. You need to build upon that. Don't listen to influencers. You don't know if they're paid or bribed or gifted to say what the publishers want. Watching a playthrough. Oh, you go find yourself some playthroughs of a game that you're interested in. That'll give you the best opportunity to know whether it's a title that you and your buddies are going to like. So go, get your own information, watch some playthroughs, and find out exactly whether you're going to like me, Escape from New York, the board game.